Hi everybody, it's Madeline here, the Fit Vegetarian, and I want to talk to you guys today about almonds and the ugly truth about raw almonds. I just discovered this the other day and I am really disheartened, dismayed, disgruntled, any dis you can think of. That is how I'm feeling. I was doing some research on raw nuts because you guys know I love raw nuts. As a vegetarian, they're a great way for me to get some protein in, and they're loaded with healthy fats. So I incorporate raw nuts into my nutrition every single day. I kid you not, there is not a day that goes by that I do not enjoy some nuts. And raw almonds are kind of a staple in my diet. So I came across an article and then I did a little more research on it because I didn't really believe it. But did you know that when you buy raw almonds, they really aren't raw? Crazy, right? And I thought, what do they mean by that? So what I've come to learn is that years ago, okay, first of all, let me back up. Most of our almonds across the United States come from California. And years ago, there was an outbreak of salmonella in the almond crop. So the government, the food industry that regulates the almond growers, passed a law saying that the almonds had to be pasteurized in order to avoid having another outbreak of salmonella. Well, what does it mean when an almond is pasteurized? They can be pasteurized in one of two ways, either through steaming or through being gassed. And they're gassed with a chemical that's called PPO, or propylene oxide. That's the stuff that you put in your car. It's like the antifreeze, that green, yellow, like lime green stuff that you put in your car so that it doesn't overheat or so that it doesn't freeze in the cold winter time. And it's a known carcinogen and it's toxic for humans. And that is what they are gassing our almonds with. And then they're selling them as raw almonds when they're truly not raw at all. And I've also come to learn that even on the label, like I was looking at my label and it says all that's on there is almonds. It's the only ingredient. So I'm assuming, okay, I'm buying some raw almonds because it doesn't list oil as an ingredient, so they're not roasted almonds. Man, oh man, was I wrong. I was so mistaken, and I just feel like I've been duped by the food industry and by the manufacturers, and why are they not required to put that on our labels, right? We should know if we're ingesting some chemical that's not good for us that can cause cancer. Am I the only one who's like super pissed off about this? Is it just me? Am I like overreacting? Because I take pride in knowing what I put in my body and eating foods that not only fuel my body, right, but that are going to increase my longevity and the quality of my life, right, as I get older. And I feel like for years now I've been eating these nuts thinking they're raw nuts, they're good for me, and it's anything but. And so, here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's some tips for what to look for when you go to buy your almonds. If it says that they're raw and organic, then you know, okay, number one, they're not raw. But if it says they're organic, then they are steamed rather than gassed with the PPO. So at least that's a plus. That's like the lesser of two evils. If you want to get truly raw nuts that haven't been pasteurized at all, you can get them at your local farmer's market. Just make sure and inquire with them and say, are these pasteurized or not pasteurized? And then the other way, which I found kind of comical, is you can buy them in bulk directly from growers in 100-pound increments. I don't know about you, but I'm not a chipmunk, and I'm not going to be storing almonds for the winter, right? So even I couldn't consume 100 pounds of almonds. I think it would take me years. I don't know. But, or we can maybe start a co-op of people who want to have truly raw almonds and buy in bulk and distribute them or divide them up among us. I don't know. But I just found that to be kind of comical. So when you go to get your almonds, make sure that at least they say organic, because at least you know there's just steamed and they're not gassed with that chemical that can cause cancer, among other things. So that, and also I've written a blog that I'm going to post later on here on my like page, where it has all the brands of almonds and which ones are steamed and which ones have the PPO chemical in them. And I was really disheartened to find out that the brand that I have been buying for years now has the PPO chemical in it. It's really bad. So into the trash they're going, and I'm no longer going to be buying those. So really my point to you today is we need to educate ourselves on what we're putting into our bodies, and go the extra mile to do a little research, because look, all these years I thought, oh, I'm doing something great for myself, and it turns out I've been ingesting a really bad chemical. And as they say, sure, it could be very minute amounts, but still, when you're having that, exposing that to your body, consuming that on a daily basis, that will add up. And really, shame on the food industry for doing this to us and trying to pull the wool over our eyes. It really, really angers me. So I'd love to hear your comments and find out if you guys were aware of this, or are you going to change your buying habits for almonds. And I hope that you take a look at the blog and make sure to check it to see where your almonds fall on the list of brands, gassed or steamed. So look for the blog in a little while, you guys. All right, have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.